Hey, and welcome to Mark's Motivational Podcast, another Music Sunday. So I'm delighted to be joined by another great singer-songwriter, all the way from Dublin, our hometown, Fiona Gill. So it's great to welcome you along today. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a joy to be here, to be honest.
Yeah, I know we had a few problems over the last couple of weeks trying to make this happen, but we're finally doing it.
Ah, the wait was worth it. The wait was worth it.
Yeah. So, would you mind just telling the listeners a little bit about yourself before we start? Like, a bit about your music and to start
Yeah,
with. Yeah, brilliant.
yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem. Yeah, so it's a bit weird when you're asked to talk about yourself when you're not used to it. So
Yeah,
forgive me for this. But yeah, I've been writing for since I was about 16, 17. I met my husband. Well, he obviously wasn't my husband at 16, 17, but I met him
yeah,
when I was 16, 17. We started writing, and yeah, I've been heavily involved in music, but I suffer from horrific stage fright. So I made it my mission after having staying home with the kids for the last 10, 11 years that I was going to conquer that fear and get out there and do a few open mics. And yeah, I'm delighted that I've actually successfully done three. I know it sounds
right.
small, but it's a big deal. And yeah, and I got to release some really old music as well because very conscious that my kids are coming up to an age where they're going to start exploring musically, hopefully, and creatively. And they were going to inherit a ton of little tiny songs that were not fully finished on hard drives that would be obsolete by the time they came around to it. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm best get it all together and put it out on Spotify. And yeah, that's what I ended up doing in August last year. So yeah, that's me.
Right, and I see you sent me some information there as well, a bio, which is great. So you describe music as a sanctuary for expression. Can you tell us about a song of yours that really brings that idea to life for you?
Yeah, the most recent release I had was in May of this year, and it was called Light. And it was written, to be honest with you, it was actually written as a way of speaking to myself. Um, and it's about like going through a really difficult period. I suffered from depression after having my youngest child, and it was kind of like a way of communicating with myself back then from now. So it was extraordinarily vulnerable. I didn't know that I was going to put it out, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought it was just something I might keep for myself. But yeah, my husband is now, he's a producer and he heard it and he was like, right, let's just put it out there. So
Brilliant.
yeah, I'm really proud of it. It is extraordinarily vulnerable. It's everything that you keep hidden, I think. So that's what music is for me. It's really a way of talking to myself, but in a kind, lovely way. So
Lovely, yeah, that's really good. And is there any particular song you'd like to talk about for just for somebody that hasn't heard your music before? What would be the best song to go to for yourself, like for people to check
uh,
out?
yeah, I think a song like to kind of get to know me would be Now I Know. I was
Okay.
really lucky. Scarily about 12 years ago, I wrote with friends of mine, and they're in Code Line. So I wrote this song with them, and it's a love story, and it's about heartbreak, but it's a really great song to kind of get to know how vulnerable I get, and also give you a good range of what um, music and sound I kind of am. So I think that's a really good uh, starting off point.
Right, yeah. So it'd be great if you could share all your music with me and I can put them on the show notes for people to check out as well. Would be a great idea.
Definitely, I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, brilliant. And can I ask you as well, Fiona, when you're writing a song, let's say, would you start with the melody first or the words, or what way would you kind of tack a song when you're writing it first?
Yeah, normally what would happen is I kind of now I'm able to play piano. When I was younger, I wasn't able to play piano. I was really horrific on guitar, so I'd rely very heavily on my husband to kind of see me through. But yeah, now I'll sit at the piano and I'll just start to play and I'll jam over that. I have managed to in the last year kind of really refine how I tackle things. I don't know if I'm like the only musician who's like this, but I will let things fall out and just scat over stuff, but not necessarily go back to it and refine it. I was a devil for doing that, so that's why I'm really conscious now that I really have to start and finish a song. So I've mastered that now. So it will always start with a melody on the piano, and then a vocal melody with just really really awful words, made up words, and then I'll put in the lyrics then, depending on
Right.
the yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned there when we started, like about open mics. What open mics do you like going to yourself? What's your favorite around the city?
To be honest with you, I love any open mics, and I
Yeah, I'm
love
with you there.
the
Yeah,
Ruby sessions as well. I think that's just a
yeah.
bit of magic there. I mean,
Mhm,
very uncomfortably hot room, I
mhm,
will say,
yeah,
but magic is in that room. Yeah, no, I love just seeing musicians do their thing. That
yeah,
really appeals to me, and there's something magic about open mics because the bravery it takes to get up and to do your own songs that may be unknown to 90% of your audience. I just think there is something very special about doing that. It's so
definitely.
vulnerable
Yeah,
and beautiful to share that. So
right.
yeah,
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it?
yeah, no.
And yeah, and is there any gigs that you'd like to mention as well that are coming up for yourself, Fiona? For
I've
people
loads
that,
of gigs booked, but I'm
yeah,
still freaking myself out every so often.
yeah,
So
yeah,
when I get really brave, I'll just go and do an open mic, but it does take a bit of time to get
yeah.
myself to do that. So I have made a promise myself I will do something before Christmas,
Mm.
but I have not got anything booked in just yet. But
Oh,
if you
well,
follow
yeah,
me on Instagram or anything like that, you'll see me freaking out when I do decide to book.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can freak out with me. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, that's great, because I 100% agree with you there because there's something about open mics like to get to share your own music is really a great experience, isn't it?
I think it's wonderful. I think it gives you such and like insight into not only the artistry and the craft of songwriting, but also like people. I like the amount of people I've met through the open
Mm,
mic, and I'm not talking about the ones I've performed at because that's only three. But all the open mics I've ever gone to, it's always been fantastic because you automatically are drawn to each other. Like it's such a lovely community, especially I think in Dublin. It's really lovely to meet people that way that have a shared passion, and it breaks down an awful lot of barriers straight away. So I love it. I really do.
yeah, no, it is brilliant. Your music is often like complex emotions. How do you hope listeners feel, or what do you hope they take away from hearing your songs?
Well, I love storytelling.
Hmm.
It's my main thing. So I'm also a writer, and I've done a children's picture book. So I love the art of storytelling. So my hope is that either someone will hear words that will, hit them and they'll feel less alone. That would be
Yeah.
my main thing, or that they'll just enjoy the story and enjoy the hope because I do try and make sure that despite the fact that I might be dealing with very complex or heavy things that they're actually uplifting by the end.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope.
Yeah, great stuff. And yeah, so have you written a children's book as well?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
decided to do it
brilliant?
all in one go because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So like
Mm.
August 23rd last year was just nuts. I released my first EP and my first children's book on the same day. Um
Brilliant. Yeah,
so
great.
as I said, I'm not particularly good at like getting myself over the hump of like stage fright and that kind of thing, and any kind of focus on me I find difficult, and I just decided to press go and
Brilliant. Yeah.
have to face it all in one go and then live
Mhm.
like a hermit for a few months. So
Yeah, no. Yeah. But it's great to put yourself out there. That's amazing. Like, it's great because consistency is all about consistency, really being consistent with things. Do you find that?
yeah, I am very disciplined with everything now. I used to be quite airy fairy about stuff,
Mm,
but now like I've learned the art of showing up.
mm,
to myself, and just even if I don't know what way that's going to come out creatively, like I could go and sit at my desk, I could be drawing, I could be, working on a story, I could be working on lyrics, I could be, writing. I don't know which way it's going to go, or painting or anything like that, but what I know is that I have to show up, because the magic only comes when you're there and ready.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
I've kind of learned that. So I do make it my mission to show up. And I make some dismal, awful creations altogether. And I actually think that that's part of the process. And I
Of
think you're
course it
meant
is.
to,
Yeah.
enjoy the process more than the outcome. And yeah, I've learned that. I'm really proud of that, that I've gotten over myself in a lot of ways.
Right.
So
Yeah. And what's the name of the children's book, Fiona?
I'll be there, and it
I'll
deals
be
with
there. Oh,
grief for children.
brilliant.
So it's
Oh,
based on
wow. That's great.
two
Yeah.
hedgehogs. So it's a baby hedgehog and a grandmother hedgehog,
Mm.
and they're just depicting in like normal day to day scenarios. But you see the grandmothers everywhere. And by the end of the book, you know that the grandmother's with that baby hedgehog forever.
Oh,
And
lovely.
it was a way of me explaining, to be honest, to my children. We're not religious, so I was trying to explain to them my mother-in-law had passed away before they were born, and I wanted to make sure that they were part of their story and that it was normal, but to explain what happens after they go. And it was really difficult. It took ages to kind of get the right tone on it, but yeah, I'm really, really proud of it. It turns out actually that I really needed the book, because my grandmother actually passed away just a week before I released the book. So my kids were breaking their heart laughing at me saying, I think you wrote it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the baby hedgehog. Basically, it's all about me. I'm a narcissist. I'm joking.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, you'll have to share that as well with me to put
Will
on
do.
the show
Yeah,
notes. Do you have it on Amazon or?
yeah, it's an ebook on Amazon, or this beautiful Irish website buythebook.ie is where you can
Oh,
get a hard copy. So,
oh, great. Yeah. I'm familiar with that because I'm an author myself. So,
oh,
so that's great.
fantastic! Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. I love being fellow
Yeah.
authors. It's so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. That's great. And did you try going down the self-published route, or did you just do the
No, I
self?
was in talks with traditional publishers for a few years, and do you know what? Sometimes you just kind of have to back
Mm.
yourself. So
Yeah, definitely.
instead of
Yeah,
waiting, I was like, no, I'm going to go and put this out and be brave
right.
for a
Yeah, yeah.
millisecond and press submit.
Brilliant. Yeah, well done. Well done.
So, yeah.
Because like you'll probably share with me that KDP is so straightforward for people, really, isn't it? It's very user
Yeah,
friendly.
I was really surprised because I was expecting it to be an absolute nightmare. Now there's loads of it's a steep learning curve,
Hmm.
self-publishing. But yeah, no, KDP actually it's fantastic. And by the book, the Rachel Drury is the one who runs that website, and she is just phenomenal. And the support I've gotten from that, like I said, community for me is like super important, and they already have an instant one, so it's brilliant. It's a really good
Great
resource.
stuff. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it's great to give them a plug as well.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great. And I'm just something curious as well because I love the Irish language. Have you ever kind of thought about doing a song in Irish yourself, or like it seems to be getting very popular again, the Irish language.
Yeah,
So
I actually I did a co-write with a friend of mine. She
mm,
released a beautiful Irish song. My Irish is absolutely appalling, which is
okay,
not something I'm very proud of. My kids
mm,
actually went to a girls' school, and I thought I would
okay,
improve.
yeah,
I haven't.
mm,
But as soon as I get to the point where the fluency is there, I will most definitely do
mm,
that. I think there's something magic in Irish folklore,
mm,
and having the Irish language is such a brilliant way of exploring that. So,
mm.
yeah, one day I will get there and release
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. And how do you find the co-writing, Fiona, as well? Have you done much co-writing?
Yeah, I've done loads of I love co-writing. I think it's
Yeah,
fantastic to be in a
it
room
is.
with
Yeah.
someone and buzz off each other and just
Hmm.
see where it
Yeah.
goes.
Brilliant.
And
Yeah.
I love that there's no pressure, when you're
Hmm.
co-writing. I find with myself sometimes I can be my own worst enemy and not get to the point where I've delivered on what
Hmm.
I hoped.
Yeah.
But with co-writing, you're pulled into that push and pull. It's lovely.
Yeah.
And I really love sharing stories and kind of
Hmm.
figuring out, like I love as well, like language in general I find fascinating because as I said, I scat over stuff first, so finding out what actually fits in, what rhythm of
Hmm.
word would fit, and I
Yeah.
find that all so fascinating and lovely. and
Hmm.
it's great to have somebody out of your brain, somebody outside telling you, I think this would work better. And, I think creative kind of partnerships, I think, are magic. They're really, really amazing. So I love that.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I love co-writing.
And have you released any songs with different artists yourself, Fiona? Is that something
Yeah,
you've done?
a friend of mine actually, we have a beautiful Christmas song. I'm allowed to say it because I didn't write the whole thing.
Yeah, great.
We've
Yeah, yeah.
a really beautiful one called December Eve.
Mhm.
And we wrote it. We were like two little kids. We wrote it in front of watching the Late Late Toy Show because I really
Right.
am a child dressed up as an adult.
Yeah, we
So
all are.
so,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah, we wrote it watching that, and it's a very catchy, lovely song, and it was
Brilliant.
brilliant to co-write it with her.
Mm.
And yeah, it's something I'm very, very proud of. And like I said, I wrote Now I Know with Mark and Steve from Codeline, and
Oh,
I've
wow.
written
Yeah,
loads with friends of mine. I've been really, really lucky that they get into a room with me, and I eventually will release them. But at the
yeah,
moment, I'm still in the incubator, kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them exactly. So I think 2026 will bring an awful lot more. Um, I think a lot more courage for me, and I'll be able to share an awful lot more stuff then. So that's what
right.
I'm
Yeah,
for.
it's kind of a question I was going to ask as well. Like, really, what's next for yourself? Like, we want to give people a glimpse of what to expect in
Yeah,
2026. God, it
well,
just
I'm
seems
hoping
like space
2026.
age, doesn't it?
Yeah,
2026.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
2026 will bring an awful lot more
Mm.
gigs, and I'm actually going to get more comfortable sharing my vulnerable side of singing songs I've written.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd like to release eventually. Like, I would really like to release a new EP. I think that's what my focus will be on. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
great.
just feeling it
Uh,
all out.
Brilliant. Yeah. Great stuff. And what song did you do by Codaline? Is that available on Spotify as well? Can
Yeah,
people
it's on.
listen to
It's
that?
Now I Know, and it's on. Yeah, it's on
Oh,
Spotify
great.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, great
yeah,
stuff. Because
yeah.
yeah, so I'm going to share them the links. That's brilliant. Fiona, thanks a lot for sharing.
Thank you.
And no, brilliant. Thank you. And I can ask as well. Have you found the recording aspect of your songs? Do you have you like do you get them? Do you use a specific studio to go record your music, or
We're in it. So this is
oh,
my
this is
husband.
where you record? Cool. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
my
cool.
husband's
Very nice.
little world. And I have a setup inside in our house. Where it's just a
Brilliant. Yeah.
nice simple setup, just a microphone. And I plug straight into the laptop, and away
Mm,
I go. So it's as rough as you like coming in here, and then it gets
great.
polished here.
Oh, brilliant.
So,
That's
by the
great
person
setup.
with
Yeah.
actual like talent.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it comes through quite a lot of processing, but yeah, no, in here is where it would be. Yeah. So I'm actually, just so that you know, I'm in a cabin at the end of my garden. So I've gone really
Cool.
far today for our
Yeah.
interview. I've walked
Brilliant. Yeah.
outside.
Same here. I'm in my house, so. But it's actually funny. The reason why I asked that because everybody has so much background zooms now. This is a background zoom in case somebody thinks I'm in a
Oh,
recording studio.
that's really real.
Uh,
Oh my God, I really did think that was you.
yeah, I was gonna grab a guitar and play a tune, like you know.
No, this
So
is
like
all junk. I'm not responsible for any of this. So
it's all real.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brilliant. And yeah, so you've got your stuff on Spotify, all your music. Is there any other platforms that you use as well?
On all of the platforms. It's on
Yeah,
every. I use DistroKid to get it out there.
yeah,
So yeah,
right,
it's
yeah,
everywhere. Yeah, which is great.
yeah.
And it's on
Hmm.
YouTube as well. There's some beautiful videos up there on YouTube, which I'm very proud of. So
Brilliant, yeah, yeah. And can I ask you as well? Where did the journey start really for you, Fiona? Have you always been into songwriting yourself and music, or
when I was four, my parents for some reason got it into their head that I was going to be a violinist. Don't ask me. I don't
okay,
know what. Like they said, I asked if I could play the guitar with the stick, which to me would be cello. So I'm not, because I wouldn't be using a guitar anyway. So they put me into violin. So I was studying that until I was 12.
yeah,
And I was terrible. I can honestly say that I'm not being, hard on myself. I mean, screeching cats, you know what I mean? Like it was bad. But I got an awful lot of the fundamentals and opened my ear and everything through that. So, I learned very quickly in school in secondary school that you can get out of class a little early if you were in the choir.
Oh
So I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yeah, gotta do that. So,
Brilliant. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, I've done that as well.
yeah, I was always in choirs, and then I realized that in sixth year, when you're sitting your exams, that you can like nearly pass your music exam if you do six songs. So that's what I did. I literally looked for any way just to avoid
Yeah,
sitting and writing. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's how that happened, and then I met my husband. His chat-up line to me was very creative, and he asked me, "Still, do you still play violin?" And I was like, no, and I never could play it well, you know. So that's how I got into going back into music. And he was a guitarist. He's fantastic. He's a little bit of a maestro and a show off. So yeah, I that's our courtship was based around music,
Right.
really.
Brilliant.
Um,
Yeah,
and because he was training to be a sound engineer and producer at the time, he had all the equipment. So I just go up and hang out and write crap, and we had a great time.
great stuff. All rock and roll stuff. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. And who's your main influences as well, Fiona? Who would you say your main influence would be?
My all-time favorite, yeah, my all-time favorite musicians would be Sarah McLachlan and Sarah Bareilles. They are like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're my gold, I have to say.
Mm,
Absolutely love them. Love their storytelling. Love what they do with their voices. It's all
mm.
breath work. They're complicated and they're hard to emulate, and I love that. It's a proper challenge. So yeah, they're my real peeps that I would aspire
Great
to
stuff.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah. Well, Fiona, I really appreciate you coming on today, and looking forward to sharing all your music as well on the show notes. Is there anything else I haven't asked you'd like to share tonight with the people that are listening?
No, just like thank you so much, and hopefully I will see
Mm.
loads of you soon because I'm
Yeah,
going to get out there. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
There's a really good open mic that if anybody that's listening can check out. It's in Temple Bar there, the Wild Duck. It's one of the Smithfield creatives ones.
Yeah,
Have you been to that one yourself, Fiona?
friend is actually Miriam Bridgman. She does the Smithfield Creatives all the time. So yeah, no, I have to go check it out. I haven't made it,
Yeah.
silly kids and their schedules, but I will get there.
Yeah, no, it's quite a good one. Yeah, it's quite a good one. Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So thanks a million, Fiona, for coming on, and I wish you all the success going forward with everything you do, and your great book as well. And I must pick up a copy for that. What age group is it for?
So that's 4 to 6 year olds. Is kind of four to
46.
eight,
Yeah.
4 to 6.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I've had feedback from 12-year-olds who've really appreciated it as well. So it's just
Brilliant.
picture
Yeah.
books are primarily like read to children. So it would be around 4 to 8 that you'd have that.
Right. And have you gone to any schools or anything like that
Yeah,
to
I've been
promote it?
so lucky. Like it's mad.
Mm.
I've been able to go to schools, and we've
Yeah.
done little projects together, and I've gotten
Right.
to
Yeah.
read my story out to them, and it's great because the kids don't
That's brilliant.
necessarily know
Yeah.
what it's about because it's
Hmm.
I'll be there. So it's deliberately vague, so
Yeah.
that you can have consume like a general audience can take it on, but then for children who need it, they can understand what the sentiment really is. The most feedback I get is, because I depicted everyday kind of stuff in it. Swords Village is depicted in it, so they like get an awful lot of people asking me, like, "Oh my God, I've been there! I love Swords Castle," and
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been really fun, and I'm looking forward. I'm working on my next book now, which equally is quite difficult emotionally to deal with for children, but it's to do with dementia. So
Wow.
on
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
now, and I hope to have that by the end of 2026 out.
Well
So
done, Fiona. That's an awesome messages that you're giving because, the vast majority of people, like when their children say, when someone out the family dies, like they say, like parents say, oh no, don't worry about that. We'll shove that under the carpet. But
yeah,
it's
and
great to
just
kind of get
it gives
kids
an
kind of to,
opportunity
yeah,
for the kids to express, and ask all the
mm,
questions, and they're quite blunt, and they don't mean
yeah,
to be. And I find children to be super accepting, but when they're confused, sometimes they don't know how to approach it with a parent
mm,
or an adult who is suffering from grief. So it kind of
yeah,
gives the family a bit of breathing space to kind of
right,
ask
yeah,
really difficult questions, and for them to have an opportunity to kind of see themselves. That's why they're hedgehogs. They're not, and it's not male or female. It's so that the children can see themselves in the book,
yeah,
and ask away in a really, really positive space. So yeah, and that's my hope now for the next book, is that it can explain dementia in a really, like, I mean, very, very simplified way for children to grasp. Because
Mhm.
like my granddad has vascular dementia, and obviously I'm old enough to understand what that is, and I can research it and I can figure out exactly how it's going to affect him in the future. But kids don't know,
No,
and my children, like, that's their great and granddad, and they're like, he didn't remember me today, and like they can
yeah,
get upset over that. So it's
of course,
it's to
yeah,
kind of give that opportunity to kids to kind of go, it's okay, this is what happens with this particular disease, but without getting into the nitty gritty, just so that they
yeah,
can take the person as they are for that day. And kids are great like that. They really
yeah,
accept stuff once
brilliant,
they
yeah.
feel secure. They're open to anything. Like, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping.
No, that's lovely. That's really really nice. Fiona, thanks a lot. So listen, I'm sure I'll catch you up soon one of the open mics. But
Be
Fiona,
there.
Gill, everybody, thanks a lot for coming
Thank
on.
you so much. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you. So make sure you check out. I'm gonna put Fiona's music on the show notes. So make sure you check that out, and make sure you check out Fiona's music. I'm just gonna put up any open mics she'll be in. If she wants, you want to send me the dates as well, and I can keep us updated. So thanks everyone for watching tonight and listening on Spotify. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Thanks, Fiona.
Thanks a million. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Mark here. Thank you for watching another episode of my Authors Tuesday podcast. I recently published a book of children's stories called The Adventures of Larry Lamppost and Friends. The book began life as bedtime stories I wrote for my own children. If you'd like to purchase my book, follow the link in the description box below. By buying my book, you are also supporting my podcast series for authors, which is giving a voice to writers in Ireland and across the world.